So the other day I was traveling through Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I happened to pick up a copy of the local free weekly. This is Yes Weekly, the Vote for Vlad election/Halloween issue. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to put it into ComicBase, partially because we do track newspapers, and this would forever immortalize my visit to the area, but also because it gives me an excuse to show off some new features we added in ComicBase 2025, which let you very, very quickly add series that have multiple volumes and issues all in one go, and at the same time also show off some brand new features we introduced with ComicBase 25.1 that let you fill in things like cover dates at just crazy speed. Let's go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce over here to newspapers, and I'm going to go ahead and click New Newspaper. And this is Yes! Weekly. There are very positive folks out there in Winston-Salem. And I see that it's published by Charles A. Womack III. Hope I'm spelling the name right. And it is a weekly publication. So that's all I need to put there to get the title going. Now, this one, Yes Weekly, like many newspapers and magazines and even some old comic series, doesn't have sequential issue numbers. Instead, it uses volume and issue numbers, and it recycles the issue number every time a new volume comes out, which is typically every year. The way I'm going to enter this into ComicBase is I'm going to make sure I check off season style numbering here, and then I'm going to add not just the issue I just picked up, volume 20, number 42, but I'm going to add the whole series, and I'll do it in a couple seconds. So I'm going to say add issues number 1 through 20, so that's volume 20, 42, which is issue number 42. Now, I don't actually have any copies of this one, so I'm probably going to throw this copy away when I'm done with it instead of holding on to it forever. And I'm going to say the cover price is really 0, but I'm going to put 1 in there because it'll go over to the value fields. And I think if I were going to sell you a copy of my, issue of Yes, Weekly, I'd probably charge you at least $1 for it. So that's a quick way to get those fields to fill with, $1. All right, so I'm ready to go here, and I'm going to hit save. And then, boom, that fast, it added 1,030 different issues of, the entire history of Yes Weekly, going back all the way to volume 1, number 1, all the way down. And if I hit Control Page Down, I can bounce very quickly to the bottom, and you see they're all there. By the way, you'll also notice in the notes field, it adds descriptive notes with the volume, and issue template, so you can see what these item numbers mean. So volume 20, issue number 5 is 2005. Makes sense. All right, well, that's great, but what do we do about the cover dates? Now, the only issue of Yes Weekly that I know the actual date of is the one I'm holding in my hand, and that is from the 16th of October 2024. Now, I could just type that in there, but what would I do about all the other ones? It'd be very tedious to put them all in. Well, instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a new feature that we have in ComicBase 2025, which we've made even better with the latest version 25.1. I'm going to click over here, I'm going to hit Control A, which is Select All, and then I'm going to go under the Edit menu and choose Quick Change. Now, in Quick Change, you can change any field you want. We're going to use Cover Date, and I'm going to set it to 10/16/2024, but now I'm going to go down here and click the Automatically Increment Successive Items Weekly, which would, typically, if I were going forward and I wanted to go to the next month, this would be great. But I've got a new feature over here where I can do this in reverse. So it picked up weekly because this is a weekly publication. It knew that from when I entered the title. If it had been different, I could have changed it there. But I'm just going to go ahead and say Make Changes. And that quickly, it went in and filled in the cover dates all the way back to the beginning of Yes Weekly's publication history. And if I bounce to the top, you can see that the very first issue is published on January 26, 2005. So anyway, that's about it. I just want to show off those new features. Have fun filling in cover dates of all your favorite title things. And please, if you think about it, hit Control A again, right-click, and please submit those to us as new corrections so we can add them into our master database if you do wind up filling in some new data that we didn't have on previous series. Thanks again. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.